Hey, Hyra family, what's it? I'm drinking some peppermint tea with a splash of honey and listening to some rainy jazz. I'm kind of loving the jazz lounge vibe, low key. Low key. Mid key. High key, honestly. Ha! Who this? Hold on. Might be my mom. I'm trying to go to the store. So I've. No. One second, y'all. I gotta go grab something. I'll be right back. Oh wait. Yeah, and listen to the jazzy rain. Rainy jazz. I forgot I left it not paused. Um Earlier I was like, it is now 3 o'clock PM and you're listening to KKB 127.5 or whatever. And it reminded me of The Fog and how, well, at that time I was just like, oh, The Fog. I ain't seen that movie in like a minute. Um, but how she stayed in the lighthouse at risk of losing her son to guide the rest of the town to the safe spot. And it was a transgression, because that's a word that's coming to my experience again, um, of some folks a long time ago, and how there was a debt that needed to be paid. Um, mhm. All right, anyway, I got the SKT, the Spirit Keeper Tarot, just because I like that. And I wanted to pull a few cards. I'm actually going to do a sun, moon, and stars reading. This is going to be a little bit of a pick a card ish style, because I plan on doing 3 different sort of rows. I kind of want to do the moon, the stars, and the sun. Well, I don't know. And it's about, because I was thinking earlier, oh, here's the world, about the number 22 and how it's the world that exists, or it's how it's everything that exists beyond the world. Master number 22. And the world is like everything that we're sort of capable of understanding on several levels, right? We go through the number 1 3 times, the number 2 2 times, or 3 times, and the number 3 3 times, and 4 through 9 you hit twice before you come back to that 21. And it's that third 4 that lies beyond the third 3. Um, and then I was like, well, everything is either the sun, the moon, or the stars. Either we know it fully, we don't know it at all, or we know a bit of it. The sun is seeing everything, the moon is seeing nothing, practically. And the stars is like seeing a little bit. I was like, oh, I want to do that. That sounds fun. So I'm going to do that. But right now, I just want to chill into this space and see where it comes out. I want 5 cards. Such an odd number. 5. Am I pulling them or are they coming out? They're coming out. So drop for me 5 cards, please. Okay. 4 more. Like hit the table. If it flip over in my hand, I'm putting it right back. Grab those two to clarify the first one. Because I felt it. Oh. Alright. Got this periwinkle shirt on. Periwinkle. Oh, here comes the headache. There's card number 2. I'm actually going to read the little white book. So the way she designed this deck, the Book of Maps, which is the full version, is like it has different information, maybe similar, but different information than the little white book that's included. And sometimes I look at the little white book and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'll be looking at the little white book because I feel like reading because I can now. So right now, there's an outside seating area. It's rainy. Almost looks like it could be at a park, but it's some kind of establishment. And it was empty. Okay. Card number 3 just came out. Face up. So the face up cards, I think I'll pull clarifiers for if they stand up while I'm shuffling, waiting for the next card to come out. So far, there it is. Okay. I'm low-key kind of tired. I could go for a nap. But I'm trying to go to the store because I want to start cooking more. I started light exercise. Hey, Mimi. How you doing today? I started my light exercise again. Getting back on track. Oh, snap. Okay. So we got another card face up. Only one card left. Who's going to close us out? Who's going to close us out? Who's going to close us out? I'm so tired. Like, it's warmer today. Oh, wait. I said I wasn't doing that. So the Shining Dew and the Initiate just came out. Well, they flipped over in the deck and I pulled them out, but I said I wasn't going to pull them out, so I'm putting them back. And these cards, the Empress and then Malaise were standing up. The Empress. Oh my gosh, I said Emperor. The Empress and the Malaise. With the Shining Dew and the Initiate, this is a spirit-led journey. So there's going to be lots of stuff that you don't know in the moment. That's just the nature of the journey. But you're going to have to trust, and it unfolds as you go along. I think with that full energy, it's also going to come a point where you're going to be asked to do a lot that you may not feel that you're ready for, but you are. You are. Take the leap. You may not know why. Just do it. You'll find out later. And it's this must we tell you everything or must you know everything type of energy. And some people's like, yeah, I need to know before you tell me to leave, player. I ain't trying to die or to fall or whatever. I don't know if it's like the jazz music, if it's this tea, if it's because it was a little warm outside. And I just feel like sleeping now. But again, I'm trying to go to the grocery store so I can cook. I found out that the only time I eat vegetables is like if I cook them, more or less. Otherwise, I don't really get them. Which is, I guess it's not completely true, but more often than not, I don't eat them. And it's just about bringing balance back to things. And it's also about establishing momentum moving forward. I'm doing pretty good. It was a struggle getting to sleep last night for some reason. And I'm a little tired now, but besides that, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited to see what I get into here by the end of the month. It's time to start getting the ball rolling. Just came back in from eating with your son. I had a bagel and a hot dog. The bagels have been good. What y'all eat? Was it good? It probably was. Where's this fifth card? I'll give it three more. If it doesn't, okay, there it is. Oh, okay, work. And I'll take this one and this one. So out of the five cards, four of them came out upright. I wouldn't say, I can't remember if that's Dake or Denakte. Dake Denakte. Like only one didn't come out upright, or all but one came out upright. It was a Japanese that I learned a while ago. Earthing, earthing. Hold up. Just came back in from earthing with your son. Oh. Can you tell I'm a little hungry? I'm like, man, I wish I was eating something. I had a bagel and a hot dog, but like that wasn't like, food. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So the bottom of the deck is the Seeker. And I put the Initiate back in the deck. There's a Uranian energy there. Uranus is in Taurus right now. We see one of these bloomed, one out of three. It's an air energy. I was talking yesterday. Um, well, somebody was talking yesterday about how we're in the air epoch. And I was like, Earth is still, even though like the conjunction happened in air and we're moving into the age of Aquarius, something is still going down with the element of Earth because right now it's empty besides Uranus and Pluto. And Uranus and Pluto are like transformation, shocking news. Uranus is when you don't really expect it. Pluto is one that's been building for a minute. Like Pluto ain't necessarily coming and just like snatching folks. Pluto is like sending ransom notes and stuff like that. Like if you don't pay by this time, then you gonna get snatched. Uranus is just coming and taking people, and that's in Taurus. Pluto is in Capricorn. Everything kind of right now is in between. Everything is in between Capricorn and Taurus except for Mars and the moon, wherever the moon is. But the moon is always doing something. Mars is in Gemini, or about to go into Gemini tonight, right beyond Taurus. But everything else is between Capricorn and Taurus right now. It's all in Aquarius or Pisces. So I'm like, okay. And I'm starting to hit the honey. But it's a guiding. It's guiding in some way. It's not completely hands-on, but it's contained in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Is this my mom? Are we about to go to the store? Is Vinny asleep? I think so. So we're starting with the Ivory Shield, which is the Queen of Cups. Ivory Shield is pre-High Priestess energy, and it's an energy with the Seeker at the bottom of the deck. It's an energy that I feel like it can be blocked off from what it wishes based upon what it's willing to believe or what it's already convinced itself of. It can be an energy that sees more like a, what did they call it? Confirmational bias or something like that. It focuses more on what it's already getting or what it wants to see, and it finds more of it. Maybe not necessarily open to the truth, potentially. But we'll see. I got two little face down cards to tell me. Oh, I had an idea one day. I had like an apple, and I was going to take some of the seeds from the core and just plant them and see what happens. I might do that. Might try to bonsai a little apple tree or something. But I need to look up the conditions that they grow in and stuff like that. Oh man. I know I remember us talking about that the other day. So they make it back to the ground, back to the earth. Return to the earth. Queen Shields, page 37. Page 37 is a 10. I might have to grab my other glasses. I don't really need them, but I'm going to grab them because I want them. Oh. I will. Especially when I buy some apples because, I'm going to be getting some fruit. I got some oranges, but I don't want an orange tree. We used to have a pear tree across the street. It would just grow pears. I don't know if it still does or not, though. The Ivory Shield. Here she is. Queen of Chalices. You are shielded against ailments, disease, and infirmity. Malefic energies that can cause malady or emotional afflictions are present in your space, challenging your vitality. And so the Ivory Shield appears in your path to help you preserve your own wellness. Inscribed around the Queen's shield, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Her shield features the Musidie, a West African symbol of purification and protection. When the Queen of Chalices appears, you may be experiencing a dark night of your own soul, an alchemical darkening stage of your life path, and she is here to give you shelter, to accompany you by your side as you make your way out of danger. She is your defender as you walk through the valley of shadows. Know that she is present. Know that you are not alone in your dark hour. A female ancestor or one from your maternal lineage can appear to you through the Ivory Shield. What's all that? Right? I'm like, malady, negative energy. What? Well, she doing her job and she protecting you from it, so you probably ain't even got to too much worry about it. But maybe again with this seeker, there's like a hands-off energy because it's not actually touching it, but it is like guarding it. Oh well, look what's under the seeker. It's the Hierophant, the Holy See. Mm. Holy See is like, no, don't go that way. Don't go that way. No, don't go that way. Clarifying this is the Ace of Cups with the Contender. So there is some kind of protective energy here because, like, the dove is descending upon that Ace of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups, and then the Five of Wands, Five of Scepters. The Contender is there. The Contender is the space of competition for. Um, it's like for some sort of reward. There's a prophecy that is in the process of being fulfilled, and there are multiple energies trying to come into the space of fulfillment. Almost like there are multiple paths that we could go down right now or that we could be led down. And in a hands off way, spirit is trying to get us to get where we want to be without necessarily being too directly involved. And again, with the Hierophant, the Holy See at the bottom under that, I'd say be careful of the routes that you traditionally take. It may not be a time for conservatism or traditionalism right now. I mean, look, Uranus is on this card, so it's probably time to do it in a new way. Because if we continue to do it the way we've been doing it, those other two won't bloom. It's supposed to be like this Trinity energy, but only one person is showing up. And it's probably the crone, because the older woman came out earlier today. And there's nothing wrong with the crone, but a crone past her time, it's like when wisdom devolves into knowledge. It's no longer applicable. Oh, I'm starting to taste the honey and the peppermint. And what is interesting though is like that Queen of Swords is there in the protective role, and the next card is face down. One second. All right. And so there is a competitive energy here. I think also with that Ivory Shield, it's sort of letting us know that we don't have to be in a space of competition. Like we don't have to participate in this game. We've already won. Like the wand that you're holding is already lit. And so there's also an Ace of Wands energy here, but it's being blocked by a lot of like unnecessary sort of things in a way. All right. Oh, there goes the bud. I'm actually going to read the I Ching for this. For the Five of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Maybe it'll provide a little insight. Actually, I won't. I was going to because I love reading the I Ching, but I'm not going to do that. The next card, believe it or not, is the Six of Wands. Like I said, like you've already won. And this is the one that was face down, so I didn't see it. You've already won. What's interesting though is the Ace of Cups is coming in to take this 5 to a 6. It's not another wand. To grab another wand right now would put you in a Two of Wands energy, but it's the Two of Wands when the Two of Wands is about like having multiple ways of going about accomplishing one end. And so it creates division. It's two different visions, two different ways about accomplishing the same means that more often than not aren't aligned with each other. So putting more fire into this situation is counterproductive, even though you want the fight, like you want more fire with the Six of Wands. And the ace separated from the five is four. This Four of Wands, it's like it's a prison of. I know, right? Maybe then that's why I was like, maybe this is what's putting me to sleep. This rainy jazz. Um, but I'm kind of liking the vibe. I've woken up a little bit. It's like when the Four of Wands is a prison of achievement. It's like getting something just for the title of it or for the sake of having it. There's not much fulfillment in it. And maybe that's what the Ace of Cups is sort of helping us realize. Maybe we were going after something that was a little empty, or we were going about it in a sort of hollow type of way, or we weren't looking at all of what it had to offer us. And so the Queen of Cups was here, almost in some way preventing us from even getting it, or preventing us from fully interacting with it. But now that this Ace of Cups, if we heed the Ace of Cups, which is going in, listening to Spirit, following that dove, that's what leads us to this victory. And after this, like we have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Three of Cups. And in this Three of Cups energy, how I was saying that with the Seeker, only one of the buds had bloomed. In this one, all three of them would be bloomed. Like I said, there was only like one person showing up. Well, all three of them show up by the end of it. So again, the Six of Wands is an energy of a prophecy fulfilled, but it's not fulfilled in the way that you thought it would be. And I think that's another reason why adding more fire to the situation isn't going to help. because it's not going to play out the way you think it's going to play out. That's why cups is important. Cups is the element of flow, it's fluidity. It can accommodate and adjust to the present circumstances rather than the past failures or future anticipation. And at the end of the day, spirit know where you're going anyway, so why wouldn't you listen? So the six wands, there's the shining winds. Come on, realms of twos. Those are the mages. The realms of the sixes, nurturing, page 53. So now we're going to an 8. There's that number 8 again. The champion, six of scepters. We are the champions, my friend. Ooh. This says, the champion is the spirit of victory. When the six of scepters appears, success will be yours. Yet here we are reminded there are two sides to victory. The champion can bring wisdom, wealth, seed, life, dominance, peace, and grace, as noted in the 7 double letters corresponding with the sacred 7 planetary rulers in the back wall archways. Oh, I didn't even notice them. Wait, am I even? Because I see that one. That one is Pluto, I think. Oh, yeah, okay. Girl, who knew? Somebody knew. It just wasn't me. Likewise, the champion can bring folly, poverty, desolation, death, subjugation, war, and ugliness. The imagery of the spirit here conveys the core of the message. To be the champion, one must be oblivious to pain. For there to be victory, there must be self sacrifice. If you seek to defeat your opponents in competition or combat, then with the support of the champion, you will be victorious, though with it comes personal sacrifice. Victory always necessitates personal sacrifice. She built it, she drew it right into the card. So, sacrifice is something that's huge with this. And again, like with this sacrifice, though, I'm not feeling it. It's not that it feels like less of a sacrifice, but it feels like what we're sacrificing is a way of being, it's a way of thinking, it's hurt and pain and trauma from the past. It's everything that keeps us sort of smart out of not wanting to repeat cycles in the past, but it's like out of a strong desire of not wanting to repeat it, you are unbeknownst to yourself, I guess, manifesting more of it. And it's almost because you don't take any of the exits that are permitted to you or that are shown to you. There are ways to escape it that you just like don't see. That one came out without a clarifier, so I'm not going to clarify that one. The Ace of Swords, the Sacred Cinnabar, is next. This is the consummating. Now, consummation sounds like copulation, especially if you consummate the marriage or something like that. But with that, there is an energy of withholding for something. It's like if you were celibate and then you go to consummate your marriage. And if we're talking about personal sacrifice, I feel like that fits in with this. So there's going to be a period of time where you get to indulge in whatever you've been refraining from. It's very much like a Lent to Easter type of energy. And we're in the period of Lent right now. So I forgot about that. And it's like sometimes people choose to sacrifice things that they don't even necessarily too much engage in or care about because they have to sacrifice something. And you don't have to sacrifice anything. You don't have to sacrifice anything that you care about. But if you don't put anything into it, you're not going to get anything out of it. Why is it? It was just like putting your heart on the line, putting your heart on the table, betting your entire heart because the Ace of Cups. But it's like a whole heart. It's not just the dark parts or just the light parts. It's the heart in its entirety. And the heart is almost the tool or the mechanism, the organ through which we experience connection. And so, again, it's this energy of allowing sort of everything to be rewritten, which I can feel in a personal way. I came into that a little bit yesterday. And then I came into a little bit of the, oh, snap, am I really going to go down this like line again? But then I also came into the, well, like, this is completely different and it's not going to end that way this time. So if I decide to make that choice, I'm not tied to how the result was before. And it's something that I've been in this space, like I've already been knowing I'm coming upon this space anyway, and I've been talking about it. Because I pay attention. Maybe some people think I look too deep into stuff. I might say other people maybe don't look deep enough because it's all right there. And then it happens, it plays out. Now, again, with that original Queen of Cups energy, what you hold on to is going to play out because that's the nature of things. That's how it works. The two cards clarifying this, it's Apocalypse and the Hector, which is Judgment, and it can be a minor Holy See energy, minor Hierophant energy because of the Bull Man. But now Judgment is being cast upon that energy, so it's one of those energies that, like, if the whole building is about to go down, regardless of why you're in the building, you should probably just vacate the premises. It don't matter if you're gonna be in there for a hot second or like, oh my gosh, I forgot my cappuccino on my desk. Let me just run in and grab it real quick because I don't want to spend like $5 more at Starbucks. And it's like, well, I hope it was worth your life because that building is coming down. Now, it ain't necessarily that extreme, necessarily. But Apocalypse is a card of resurrection. And so there is a little bit of a delayed judgment energy here. Because we all get judged on Judgment Day. The dead rise to be judged at the same time that the living are judged. And so until then, people just chilling where they chilling. I don't know where that is. With this Ace of Swords, though, the Ace plus the 5 would give a 6. But it's a 1-5-6. 15 is like the devil. 15 is also the number of the magic square. And I don't see any of those. Oh, wait. No, I don't see any because the kings aren't on the table. The kings hold the magic squares in this deck. This, honestly, it feels like an afterlife energy. It feels like someone fighting their way through the afterlife to get to the land of the sun again, to get above ground. Something is fighting to come back. This is weird. I mean, but we're ending in the Three of Cups, so maybe it's not too weird. Because the Three of Cups can be an energy of reconciliation. There's also the glyph for earth or salt of the earth. Two of Swords is down. There's no more indecision here. The Ace of Swords is in hand. And it's like that Ace of Swords, it's crushing all indecision. Maybe someone was indecisive in the past. Maybe you were indecisive in the past. Maybe I was indecisive in the past. Maybe somebody connected to you was indecisive in the past. Why is everything on this channel lately about like relationships? Hello? When did that happen? When did that happen? Goodness. But it is what it is. It ain't necessarily about relationships, but it is a little bit of a vibe there. It could be anything though. Something of the past. I don't think it worked out in the past because there was so much indecisiveness. And I think there was a lot of indecisiveness because something about this was new, novel, unique, or went against the grain of what we knew. But like the Hierophant in this deck, is always a call to go beyond tradition, to go beyond old. I hear a helicopter. Is that a helicopter? There's a hospital fairly near, close by. So some people get lifted to the larger hospital like half an hour away, I found. But this is about going things in a completely new way. And maybe in the past, it was too different, it was too new, we didn't do it. But now the Two of Swords is on the ground. The Ace of Swords is in his hand. There's an extra sword, an extra two swords there, because it's the Five of Swords. So two swords got to come from somewhere. And then we see two people right here. So maybe there were sort of like three different truths that were all combating. And when you were in a space of indecision, it was impossible to make any kind of sort of progression or forward movement. And so it kept you in a space of like mental turmoil or constantly mentally overthinking and going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, dancing around the one thing that is the actual exit from the situation. But now that you've defeated those two and taken their swords, now that you're less indecisive, you can move forward on that path with no obstacles. And that's the resurrection that comes in the apocalyptic energy. That's the rebirth from the death card. Good. Okay, I see a king. The card slid off. So the Queen of Wands, the golden shield, is under the Holy See. But under that is our magic square, right? Where is it? The magic square is actually on the chalice here. The magic square is on the cup itself and the Archangel of Healing. So now the King of Cups has come out. The Queen of Cups is already out. Under that is the Seven of Cups, which is the corruptor. But with the Archangel of Healing, it's healing into a space that won't be tinted anymore. I'm like, okay, all right, all right. But now I get to read the Ace of Swords. Buffering. Ah! Girl. Screw the hospitals. Hospital bills are a scam. But medical school is expensive, so doctors got to make their money back somehow, I guess. Oh, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm going to read the Ace of Swords, Nucleic Seeds, Realms of the Aces. Page 28. We back at 10. First it was 37, then it was 8. Now we at 10 again. Oh, wait, I went to 37. 28. Ace of Scepters, Ace of Chalices, Sacred Cinnabar, Ace of Swords. So, Sacred Cinnabar is realization comes to you in an instant, and your knowledge will deepen. Air is alchemizing in your world, materializing an intellectual property, achievement of glory, or social advancement. If you take up the sword to fight, to work, to invest, the effort and toil, then victory. Hold up, wait. Then victory will be yours. You conquer others when you conquer yourself. High achievement. If you take up the sword to fight, to work, to invest the effort and toil, then victory will be yours. And that's what this is right here, right? It says, you conquer others when you conquer yourself. This is that self conquering with that indecision and stuff like that. That's that in your head type of energy. After you conquer yourself, you can conquer those other two no problem, and there's nothing left. There's nothing left to hold you back. Like sometimes, I know it's just who I am. It's just who I am. It may come off a little petty sometimes, but I'm like, if I'm not holding myself back anymore, I for definitely sure am not gonna like let somebody else hold me back. Hello, excuse me, not interested. No, thank you. Nah. Like once I decided to get out of my own way, it's like, man, like that's rough, but I'm gonna keep moving because I mean, I'm already set on my path. I'm trying to be reborn and resurrected into that life that I know is for me, where I ain't got to struggle no more, where the bills are paid. Sorry. For darn sure. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles, the bread of life is next. This card, I always see it as creating something out of energetic spaces. Like the lines in there, it's not out of thin air. I mean, it is out of thin air, but there are energetic ties that we kind of sort of weave together to make something physical manifest. This manifestation is coming after this information, this awakening, setting out on your path and being determined. Five of Swords is you doing whatever you have to do to get where you want to be. And other people may say it's overkill, but those other people might be the losers in the back that can't hold you back anymore. And so now, and I saw that on Facebook the other day, it was like people say you've changed when they can't take advantage of you anymore. It's like, yeah, I have changed for the better, for the better and the better and the better. Because with that apocalypse, it's like if you don't get right, you're gonna get left behind. Like we all have to take control and agency of our own lives. And we're the only person that at the end of the day can do that for us. So if we doing it for us, we ain't necessarily got time to do it for everybody else. Because at the end of the day, they got to do it for themselves anyway. But this Ace of Pentacles comes after the knowing, which is the Ace of Swords, which came after the result of integrating that Ace of Cups into this Five of Wands. That's providing perspective on these things that we kind of sort of get wrapped up in and realizing what doesn't serve us, what isn't resonant, and what isn't worth the investment. And it is almost a little bit of an energy of like, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything or something like that. A little bit. Back to page 28 for the aces. Bread of life, Ace of Orbs. Plentitude of resources. Earth is alchemizing in your world, materializing as an investment that yields fruition or a new undertaking in matters relating to personal economics and commerce. When this card appears to you, you are about to receive that which shall nourish you spiritually and also bring you a sense of worldly prosperity. What is to come will feed the many. The Ace of Orbs endows you with beginning access to the sacred mysteries and the beginning stage of acquiring the gift of prophecy. You will achieve the capability to do what it is you seek to do. You will achieve the ability to do what it is that you seek to do, not to manifest or to think about it and then it just pop up and you ain't got to do nothing. You got to do something. Earth is an investment. It requires the cooperation of all other elements to thrive. And also, it talked about what spiritual. I wanted to read that part again. Oh, wait. It says something about spiritual fulfillment. About to receive that which shall nourish you spiritually. So there's some spiritual nourishment that's going to lead to the material prosperity. It's that Ace of Cups. That's why the Ace of Cups is so important. Grew. Grew. Now, this one only came out with one card to clarify. And it's the Archangel of Mysteries. I love that because that's literally, and look, she's holding it for safekeeping. We'll say it's for safekeeping. She's also been on my mind. I've been thinking lately about that one time I did a self read and I used the Acropolis spread. And the first two cards that came out were the demon or the devil and the Archangel of Mysteries. And I was like, what's that? I lived enough life to find out what it is. Um, and I feel like for some reason, I feel like I'm not really good, but I catch on to the things that people do that keep them from receiving what it is that they want. And it's that like seeing how people will like say one thing or try to manifest one thing, but then do like the complete and utter opposite, and how that kind of sort of holds them back. It's an illumination of that darkness. Or it could be. It could be a lot of things. It's mysterious. But look at her. She's like, "Oh, you ready for this?" Dun, 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 dun. Because what did it say? Hold up, hold up, hold up. When this card appears to you, you are about to receive that which shall nourish you spiritually and also bring you a sense of worldly prosperity. What is to come will feed the many. The Ace of Orbs endows you with the beginning access to the sacred mysteries and the beginning stage of acquiring the gift of prophecy. While the Archangel Commander, King of Pentacles, the angel who illuminates the shadow, the one who understands all of the mysteries. This is the beginning on the journey of mysteries. This is the culmination of the journey of mysteries. You got the beginning and the end, the alpha and omega of mysteries right here. And again, it comes after the integration of this knowledge, which comes after the opening of the heart space with that Ace of Cups coming out with the Five of Wands. And it's not going to be easy. We all have pasts. We all have hurts and pains and traumas and reasons why we don't want to open up or be vulnerable. But that's kind of sort of the only way to get where it is that, we're going. Because without that vulnerability, it's impossible to get a true knowing or an understanding, because there's always going to be one side that you're sort of biased against or that you shy away from, because it leads you closer to the source of that which is your pain. But everything that we want lies beyond it, more often than not, unless you already have everything that you want, in which case you'd already have it, right? I love that energy. So last but not least is the Three of Chalices, the Kindred. It speaks of hydromancy. Everyone comes together with their own vision, with their own cup to offer. Here, the collective is stronger because of the differences within them. In the politic, the Three of Wands, they're all looking at the same fire. And because they're all looking at the same fire from a different perspective, that's that like Two of Wands energy, where if you try to add another Ace of Wands to this, it would fall apart. It's like it breeds contention because everyone thinks that the way that they're doing it is the right way. Well, here it's like everyone is minding their own business. Like I'm gonna go about getting what I want in the right way for me. You go about getting what you want in the right way for you, and the third person do the same, and then we all come together and it's a party. And maybe the Hierophant will take you all the way there. I just don't too much see it as, I don't know. The Hierophant doesn't benefit when those under it come into their own. If you come into your own, what do you need the Hierophant for? And so it withholds. Who this? The Three of Chalices. Third subsidiary. Three of Chalices. This is page 32, which is a 5. So we go from 10 to 5. It was 10, 8, 10, 5. The politic, the kindred. Okay. The kindred is the spirit of affinity within the tribe. This is abundance and love, camaraderie, and the prophecy of Jubilee to come. A personal zenith point is reached in your community relations. This spirit also appears when you need a reminder to tend to the familial and tribal relations that matter the most to you. So it's a tending energy. It's a compassionate energy. It's a kind energy. It's an energy that's like, I ain't gonna necessarily say F you, you slowing me down, but like, if I gotta slow down a little bit just to make sure that you good and you all right, then I'm gonna do that because I care about you. Is that me? I don't think so. I'm just playing. I'm kidding. I kid. I joke. Partially. Ooh. So the only ace that isn't on the table is the Ace of Wands. But again, I've already said that if we add another Ace of Wands, it'll confuse the Five of Wands. That's already struggling as is. Maybe not struggling, but it's an energy that's easily distracted, potentially. But we got the Priestess and the Nocturne. The Two of Orbs and the Priestess. And this is like three priestesses coming together. They're more coded to the Empress energy, but with it being a card of hydromancy, um, it integrates that priestess element, especially with the element of water. And the priestess is the moon. And I like the priestess coming out after this Archangel of Mysteries. Because the Archangel of Mysteries is the angel who illuminates the shadow, the one who can delineate these two, the North Node world from the South Node world. I think the key element here, though, it's partially trust and another part dedication. It's trusting your intuition because you've done the healing that you need to do to more easily separate the voice of your fear, your worry, your anxiety, the shadow from your intuition and from your discernment. Here, this went from like relationship to back real quick. But this is how the nature of like these types of relationships work. It requires both people to be fully or to be more grounded in something that exists beyond the physical world around them and to be grounded in something more than acquiring things in the physical world around you. I think the high priestess is more about the knowing. That dedication and determination comes down to you and how many like cheat days or cheat meals or cheat weeks or cheat months that you have. This energy, though, it feels like left from right, up from down, right from wrong. And so it puts you in a space of feeling the full weight of the consequences of your actions. And that's another thing that's important here. Because if you can't take accountability for yourself, you weaken the team dynamic. If you don't take accountability for you, now the other two are going to have to take accountability for the things that you've done in order to keep this thing moving forward. That's why it would fall apart. Because if they're showing up to this space as well, they're probably not in the space to try to take accountability for what other people do. Right? This is the Three of Cups. It's a meeting of equals. This isn't a mama and her daughters or the grandmama and the grandchildren. This is everyone showing up fully, completely, and wholly in whatever energy it is. And with the Seeker at the bottom of the deck, it carries this energy of like, it's not going to be as easy or as beautiful as maybe you thought it was going to be, but you've already embarked upon this path. And I'm not going to say you can't go back, but once you know what you know, there'd be no satisfaction in the life that you used to live. Unless you can get yourself to forget. It's the rainy jazz. I'm loving it. I'm loving the vibe. It's a little heavy. Can be. Not really. Because the other side of this energy is like really beautiful. I think the heaviness is in like getting to this space and getting to this point. What else is there? I mean, if that does turn into a relationship, that's like a true power couple relationship where it's like I don't know. It's just that like real love, you know, that can hold each other accountable and that can inspire the best from the other without all of the toxic stuff, you know. This is the Jazz Card Lounge. I might say, well, this is live right now. So I might like subscribe to this channel or like the video so I can come back to it. Because I'm liking this vibe. I'm liking it. I almost went live today. I was like, I don't need the music. And I was like, I want to go live with music. I feel like I wanted to grab something else. That was 5. I'm gonna go for 3. Actually, we'll get a little preview reading. We'll do the sun, the sun, the stars, the moon, the stars, the sun, and I'll just grab the card before and after. Ooh, well, look, the Empress and the Ten of Swords came out again. I'm telling you, Empress energy ain't playing no more. Empress energy ain't playing with little boys or with little girls. If it ain't divine, it's getting cut out. It's an energy of holding things accountable. But because of that, it comes into this Four of Wands. We ain't playing no games. Oh. Ooh, okay. This is gorgeous. It's gorgeous on both sides of the star. I guess we're doing the stars first. I'll just do them in whatever order they come out. Yes. Why I need a drink now? Are my cards bent? I feel like my cards are bent a little, and it make me want to cry, cry, cry. It make me want to cry. These are my favorites. No. So the moon just came back. It looks like we're going in order, which is fine. Oh, look, there's the warrior. Okay. This is interesting. That's really interesting. I'm actually going to I'll leave this one here because they're kind of the same card. And if I put that one here, then I got to put this one here. Okay. All right. There we go. That makes sense. I was like, and then the hanged man is behind it. Who this? The outlaw. It carries a Neptunian energy. Neptune is in Pisces. Bottom of the deck is the Magus. The Magus, the magician. So on the top line, it's the Nine of Cups into the Three of Pentacles into the Four of Swords, or the Death card. The Nine of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment. The Three of Pentacles, Three of Orbs, is a card of collaboration. And then we have either the Convalescent or the Reaper. The Convalescent is an energy of recovering from some kind of malaise or sickness or whatever. The Reaper is an energy of transformation, and it's going for the light. Probably the light of the star, or the sun, or the moon, any one of them. There's no card here, though. I think it's either you're going to do it with the Reaper, or you're not going to do it. Because the wish fulfillment, the fulcrum of this is the Three of Pentacles. that requires collaboration from multiple sides to get something to work. It's the mason. It's about building something. And this one, it doesn't yet have its keystone. And that's kind of sort of the sun, a little bit. Let me put these down. That's kind of sort of the sun. But again, on the sun, the keystone to this, what's going to hold this all together, it's whether you're like literally asleep or whether you up and doing what you need to do. The reason why I took this is because these are both death. And the convalescent, this is death laying down. The scythe has transformed into a sword. The angel is literally in the window, like, hey, dude, like, it's time to get up and do something. The convalescent is like 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. You done 5 more minutes, a whole year away, to the point where you've missed your opportunity. And then you're like, oh, I'll just go to bed and wait for the next one, to repeat that cycle all over again. Maybe not. On the bottom, it's the Archangel of Healing with, I guess I didn't show y'all this card, the Wish Granted. That was the Nine of Cups, Nine of Chalices at the top. The Archangel of Healing with the Ebony Shield into the Vagabond and the Joyous One. Stopping on the Vagabond was weird, but then the Joyous One is here. And since I took the Death card for this Four of Swords, again, because they're the same energy, it just depends on whether you're like asleep or not. The power to transform is yours. Like Captain Planet, the power is yours. The Vagabond and the Joyous One. There's an energy here of needing to be careful or needing to be aware of the spaces that you seek validation or love from. With the Archangel of Healing, it feels like there's been some healing that's done on your part. And there are certain energies that are sort of being gate kept from your experience for a reason. And I don't want to say like you're better off without them, but when you're with them, it puts you in this Five of Orbs, Vagabond, left on the outside type of energy. Without them, it's like you're in a space closer to the Joyous One. Because in that space, you can give to yourself. Another thing that I love is like on the top one is the Nine of Pentacles. Here's the 10, or the Nine of Cups. Here's the 10 of Cups. I did this as a top versus the bottom, but I think it's all one story because we start at the 9 and we end with the 10. And again, like the 10 of Cups is sitting on the side of the Reaper. Transformation. The Vagabond is sitting on the side with the Convalescent. It's like by the time you finally get out of bed, the party is over. And you're like, man, I missed out. Like, what? Somebody told me that if it's for me, it's always going to be there. So I thought it was going to be there when I was out sleeping or playing around or sleeping around or playing or whatever. I don't know. No judgment. Like, if I could sleep around, I would probably, but it doesn't bring me any fulfillment, unfortunately. If I could be, I would be. But I don't get anything out of it. So, um, yeah, it's an energy that missed out. This is the energy that chose to get out of bed and do something. And because it got out of bed and did something, it gets all that. So that's the sun, the moon, and the stars. I think with the stars, again, coming out with that Nine of Cups energy, honestly, I found that in some ways it's less helpful because people tend to focus or hyper focus on the positive, on the good, on the wish fulfillment to the point that they stop doing what they're doing to set them on that path and trajectory in the first place. And then it becomes a waiting game for when your wish is going to be fulfilled, rather than you continuing to do again what's putting you in the energy of receiving it in the first place. And so you go to sleep, or you sleep in on those critical moments where it's for you to be out there doing your healing and completing your transformation. The card that just came out is the Shining Dew. The bottom of the deck is the Archangel of Healing. Moving forward from that healed space. And the chalice is magic. You see the magic? What's under this? The wish granted with the star. There's the wish and the healer. There's the wish granted. Here's the Archangel of Healing. Maybe you were wishing for healing. You went to the well and you did it. And because you did that healing, you're going to be moving forward in directions that you always looked back because it was too painful, because it was too much. But now you'll be good. What's at the top of the deck? I draw. I've been watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, look, it's the Knight of Wands. We got the Knight of Wands for the Knight of Cups. What was under the Knight of Wands? The World card. New World Order. I love that. Because you've done that healing, because you're moving forward in a new way, what it is that you desire has changed. And the way you go about fulfilling your desires has changed. And it's like an energy of like, if you want to get fit, but you don't want to go to the gym and you don't want to eat right, and you're not the type of person that has enough discipline to eat right anyway and to go to the gym anyway, because you know that you want that body at the end of the day. Well, it's like now with this energy, not only do you like going to the gym, not only do you want to go to the gym, you also like eating right. It's an energy where your desires align with your needs in a way that reduces the burden on like moving forward. And not more often than not, but sometimes what leads to that transformation within us is healing, because it's like we're no longer, it's like we think that we're worthy of it now. We know that we're worthy and deserving of it now. We know that if we really care about ourselves and if this is something that we really want, then we would do our best to get it. And we believe that we're worth our best. Even if we got to struggle a little bit, even if it's not immediate, we're worth the investment. And then it's like, it's moving forward in a completely different way. Not only is it freer because of the things that you're not necessarily carrying around, and if you're still carrying it, at the very least, it doesn't keep you from doing what it is that you know you need to do in the moment. And that's a beautiful energy. Not only that, but the more you do it, the more you sort of experience all that life has to offer outside of what you've already experienced, which is that 22 energy. It's all that lies beyond the world. It's just infinite potential waiting to be realized. I guess. I don't know. But that's what I got. I'll catch y'all later. It was fun. It was gorgeous. Um, I was like really stoked to do that before I did this. Now I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but I'll do it because I felt led to. I really do need to do something productive today, though. Well, I already did my light exercise today. I did it longer today. I got me some tea. My jazzy rain vibes. I'm gonna be going to the store later. I miss eating. I kind of miss cooking a little bit. The thing I don't like about cooking is cleaning the dishes. Actually, I don't mind cleaning the dishes. I don't think there is anything that I don't like about cooking. I just don't like to cook when I'm hungry because, you got to wait for the food. So, yeah, bar is closing down. I feel like these are the perfect hours. Like, I'm a day drinker and I don't mind. Like, I'm a grown man. If I want to drink in the middle of the day and I'm not getting drunk, then let me drink. I'm still functional. Shoot. Bartenders would judge me. About to go eat some fruit. I might see if these oranges are still good. I've had these oranges for a minute. I got like 6 of them. I didn't eat a single one. I'm so bad. I'm gonna do better though. I'm gonna do better. K-pop idol skinny. Maybe you can make some. Korean. Make some music. I'm just playing. I know that they say, well, it's not everybody, but they say that like if you eat a primarily plant-based diet, it can be more difficult to get some things unless you're eating them intentionally. Um, and you might be, I don't know, but ooh, look at it. I lost a little weight. I cut down on the sugary drinks, but ooh, nah, you got this. My auntie was talking about what was it? Some Kelly's something. She watched Tabitha Brown, and it's dairy free cheeses. And she was like, "Oh, Patrick, you gotta try these." I said, "Okay." Where is it? I think it was Kelly's. It wasn't that long ago. Hello, here it is. Yeah, Kelly's Gourmet cheese. It's a dairy free cheese. A vegan. You're not? Are you vegan? Oh wait, so you know what I'm talking about? These Kellys? Okay. She was telling me it's like really good and to try it. I was like, all right, Auntie. You use them on your vegan burgers. Okay, all right. I might have to try it. I do kind of, I don't know if I want to go full vegan or if I want to have like a vegetarian week. But I have been slacking on the veggies lately. So I do kind of sort of want to lower it up on the veg a little bit. Honestly, with fruits, I think I missed most of my servings of fruit. Um, it's weird because like I used to eat like fruits. If I eat a fruit or a veggie, it used to be a fruit. Now I've switched to vegetables. Now I got to do both. I got to do both fruits and vegetables. I got to balance out my diet because I just need to be right and ready for this season of life that I'm coming into, where I'm doing everything I know I need to do without being lazy or making excuses. Because I'm really good at being lazy. I'm really good at saying tomorrow, but it's time to start doing today. But yeah, you get most of your fruits through smoothies. I think I prefer to just eat them. I'm not a huge smoothie person, but I haven't had a lot of smoothies either. I like apples and oranges, and that's pretty much it. I don't like bananas. I can do grapes and cherries. I'm not a huge fan of strawberries. Strawberries trigger my tryptophobia. Is that the word for it? Strawberries just they freak me out. I'm not a fan. And I tasted some. I was like, I faced my fears and ate a strawberry almost a year ago today. It was a little over a year ago today. And I was like, I don't like it. Hmm. You've been tearing grapefruit up. Ooh, now that y'all use the monk fruit sweetener. My dad used to eat grapefruit all the time. All the time. I don't think I'm a huge melon person. So like cantaloupes, grapefruits, watermelon. Yeah, but they say bananas are high in potassium and it's good for you. Sodium potassium pumps. I wonder if she need more potassium. Because if you got more potassium, then your body could eliminate more sodium theoretically, right? I don't remember how the sodium potassium pump works. I think potassium goes in, sodium comes out. You need two potassiums for three sodiums, or three potassiums for two sodiums. I don't know. Biology, chemistry, cells. All right. Well, it was fun. I'm gonna catch you later, Mimi. I might take a nap, or I might enjoy the jazz room vibes. Really turn it up a notch. I feel like if I keep listening to this too much longer, though, I'm gonna just fall asleep. So I think I will record. I'll go ahead and record the sun, the moon, and the stars thing. That'll be fun. But I'll catch you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy life and this journey of living it and just trying to give ourselves the best experience that we can have by putting ourselves in the position to create, manifest, accept, and then live those experiences that lead us to even bigger experiences and even brighter times later. Oh man, I should have ended it. I was like, did you hear the wind down of that song? I was ending the video. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bye.